Cave number 4 appears to have been a very magnificent monastery if it would have been completed. The donation is recorded in the name of Mathuraka, who may have made the donations for acquiring merits for himself and the other relatives mentioned in the record. The panel of Avalokiteshwar can be seen on the back wall of the veranda, but has the cells on the side walls of the hall remained unfinished. This may have been due to fall of the ceiling. 28 pillars arranged in a square plan support the mandap. The shrine houses the Buddha image in Dhammachakra Pravartana Mudra, guarded by Bodhisattvas Vajrapani and Padmapani, that is Avalokiteshwar. Cave number 6 is a only two-storied cave in the group. It is a special in a way because usually the excavation of cave starts from the top, but in this cave the lower story was excavated first. The hall preceded by veranda has 16 cells attached to it. The vestibule walls, like the ones at cave number 1 and cave number 2, portray paintings of the miracle of Shravasti and the attack by Mara, that is a Mara Vijay. The door jamb has the depiction of Makaras being ridden by Vidyadharas. Below the arch formed from the emissions of the mouth of the Makaras is a depiction of a Naga who is carrying a pot in his hand. 12 pillars support the hall of the upper story, approached through a flight of steps. The upper story shrine and cells outside the veranda have Buddha images. The facade of the front aisle has a series of elephants. A painting of a monk in a saffron robes offering prayers to the Buddha is noteworthy here. Cave number 7. This monastery has a different plan, as instead of a hall, it has two small porticos which are supported by two heavy octagonal pillars. The shrine has a seated Buddha, whereas the walls of the shrine have standing Buddha images in a Varada Mudra. The female figures at the door top are particularly eye-catching. The miracle of Shravasti panel has been carved at the walls of the antechamber. One such depiction of Buddha under a 7-hooded snake has been identified as a Muchilinda Naga, giving a shade over the Buddha. Cave number 9. This Chaitya is from the early Satwan period. This is one of the earliest caves at Ajanta. Overlapping of the paintings of the 5th century over the Satwan period paintings can be seen. A Shankalipi or shell script inscription on the front pillar of the hall, which is undeciphered, although the other 18 painted inscription can be seen associated with the paintings in the cave. The veranda has not been fully preserved. The Chaitya hall has 23 pillars, a stupa as a main object of veneration. The Chaitya seems to be comparatively free from the use of wood as such, but there is a influence of wooden architecture can be seen on the roof. The facade has 5 small Chaitya arches topped by the main Chaitya arch, interlined at places by railing pattern, that is a Vedika. There were paintings in the compartments created by the ribs and rafters at the ceiling. Even the pillars now start depicting Buddha figures. It may have been done to earn more credits. Though the paintings here are not fully identified as such, Professor Shinglop has made attempt to identify stories of Pandara, Mahagovinda, Shasa, Kunal and Uday. These paintings appear contemporary to the Satwan period based on their dresses, hairdo and ornaments compared with the specimens from Sanchi. Cave number 10 is an upside Chaitya Griha with pillars and a stupa as the main object of veneration. At the back, 39 plain octagonal pillars in total provide the path for circumambulation. The vaulted ceiling and other architecture features make Dr. Debla Mitra to think that this is one of the earliest excavations at the site. A lot of uses of wood can be seen on the porch, although the ribs and rafters at the ceiling are rock cut. Paintings of the decorative, devotional and narrative nature adorn the inner side of the walls of the Chaitya Griha. Deterioration and the vandalism of the cave can be seen in a large amounts, as it was the first cave to be discovered and was more prone to scribbling and scraping by the early visitors. The officer of the Madras army, John Smith, who discovered the caves, has left his graffiti on pillar number 13. Paintings from the early and late periods are encountered here. Paintings from the early time period depict scenes from the life of Buddha, but while doing so, instead of his human form, sacred symbols have been used as per the contemporary rules and faith. One of the most well known and interesting stories is of Ajanta Jatak, a story of an elephant with 6 tucks, which has been painted here with a grace. Other depictions include that of Shama Jataka, a story of a boy born to blind parents. In a small shrinelet in a recess over caves 10 and 11, Buddha seated in a Bhadrasan, a panel of Astamahabhaya Avalokiteshwar, that is, devotees praying to Bodhisattva Avalokiteshwar, asking for his protection from 8 dangers, and goddess Tara can be seen. Cave number 11. According to the scholars, this cave may also be from the early time period, as it is a close proximity of cave number 10. This can also be attested based on some early features of architecture style. There is a veranda, a hall supported by 4 pillars, and a shrine originally intended to have a stupa. There are 6 cells on the left side of the hall, but none on the right side because of the lack of space between the walls of cave number 10 and cave number 11. Traces of paintings of flora, fauna and geometric designs can be seen at the veranda. Images of Bodhisattva guarding the entrance and a few intrusive Buddha images inside the shrine can be seen. Cave number 12. It is an example of pillarless Vihara hall with 4 cells on each side. The cells are topped by a series of Chaitya arches, and at the inside are 2 rock cut beds in each cell. The inscription tells that this vihar was a donation of a merchant. Now we will see cave number 14. Cave number 14 can be reached through a staircase, as it is located at a higher level than cave number 13. The doorway opening into the hall has depictions of graceful looking Shalabhanjikas with attendants. Cave number 15. Cave number 15 consists of a veranda, pillarless hall, vestibule and shrine. There are 4 cells on the right and left sides of the hall, and 2 cells are in the veranda. The lower tier of the door lintel has a stupa sheltered by a snake, whereas the upper tier has a realistic depiction of a pair of pigeons. The center Buddha image in the sanctum is shown in a Dhammachakra Pravartana mudra, but interestingly, no attendants are accompanying this image. The ceiling appears to have traces of painting. Cave number 15A is a pillarless hall with a single cell on 3 sides. The cell doors are topped by a railing pattern. A shell script inscription is seen here, which can be dated to approximately the Vakatak period. Near the stairs is an image of Naga king.